Welcome to another revision video looking at the best ways to answer questions, this time from the Foundational Catholic Theology paper. So as you can see, the question that we're going to look at in this video is describe Catholic views about the origins of the universe. Now the first thing to note when answering this question, before we even kind of think about the content that is written below, is the fact that the question is only asking for Catholic views because it is a describe answer. So you do not need to talk about the Jewish viewpoint, nor do you need to talk about non-religious viewpoints. So therefore it's going to be a fairly focused and a fairly straightforward answer. So we start here with God created the world from nothing, a concept known as ex nihilo, or creation ex nihilo, which is taught by St. Augustine in his work, The Confessions. So again, you've got the correct teaching, the correct source of wisdom there, and you've linked it to the correct individual. In this case, it is St. Augustine. The world had a beginning, as stated in the book of Genesis, which affirms that God is the creator of the universe. So again, we've got the teaching that God is the creator, and we are linking it to the correct source of wisdom, which again is the book of Genesis. When Genesis says that God created the heavens and the earth, it implies that God exists beyond time and space, making him transcendent. So again, we've got the teaching, and then we've got the source of that teaching there. Genesis also teaches that humans were created in God's image and likeness, a concept referred to as Imago Dei. So again, the teaching and the fact that it's Genesis. Additionally, Genesis teaches that humans are the most significant part of creation as they were created last. The Catholic Church views the Genesis creation stories as symbolic and not meant to be interpreted literally. So what I've done with this answer is I've left this key point till last, because if I'm trying to just simply describe and I kind of use this anywhere further up in the answer, it becomes essentially an explain answer, because I'm having to explain what symbolic means and what kind of a literal interpretation of it is going to be. So by leaving it there and making it very clear to the examiner that I know that this is what the Church believes, but that the Church believes it through an understanding of the symbolic nature of Genesis 1, rather than having to try and deal with this fairly complicated concept that doesn't necessarily sit within the requirements of the question. But I'm making the examiner really certain and really secure in their eyes that I know exactly what I'm talking about with this.